All right, guys, and welcome back to another lesson of our Florida's Best Math. We are in chapter 3. We're looking at lesson 3.3. Now, we have previously multiplied two-digit numbers by one-digit numbers, or with multiples of tens or multiples of fives. However, in this lesson, they want us to use area models to multiply two-digit numbers. Now, area models, what it really means is that I'm using expanded form to expand the numbers, kind of like the distributive property in a way, and I'm using partial products or partial areas to find the final product. Let me explain a little clearer. All right, let's take a look at our first question. Okay, our first equation says they want us to draw an area model that is 15 by 18, and then break apart the model into 4 small rectangles. What is the total area of your model? Explain how you found your answer. Okay, that's a lot, right? So let me explain it like this. I'm going to take 15, right? And I'm going to count from here all the way down. I'm going to count 15 little squares, little unit squares, right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And now I'm going to do 18. Okay. Across. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 across. Now we're going to go all the way down again to close our, or what I like to call our box. It's really an area model, but you guys know that I tell you box. Okay, so here we go. Okay, there we go. All right. So now we have a big array of 15 down and 18 across. That's a little tough to multiply, especially if you're not used to multiplying two-digit by two-digit numbers. So let's break it up even more. Instead of 15, what does 15, right? Expanded form, what is 15? 15 is 10 plus 5. What is 18? 18 is 10 plus 8. All we're going to do is grab our expanded form and plug it in, like so. Okay, so I know that I have 15 down here, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to draw, I'm going to draw as best as I can a line all the way through. This is going to be 5 because then this is going to be 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Okay. I'm going to do the same exact thing, but on the top with 18, like so. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right here, I'm going to stop and draw a line all the way down because that means that I have 10 here and then I have 8 here. That is 10 plus 8, which is 18. Okay, now step number 1 is we're going to multiply each area model or each area. For example, this right here, I'm going to try as best as I can to highlight this in green. So this whole thing, right, this one, let's color this all in green. This is going to be our step 1. We need to solve the green area first. After we do that one, okay, let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. We're going to do our second one. This is better. So now we're going to do this one. This is going to be our second one. Okay, then we're going to do our third area right here. And last but not least, we're going to do our fourth area right here. So what I'm really doing is finding the partial product of each individual one. So let's start with this one. I'm going to tell you what not to do. Never, 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 never multiply 10. Whatever numbers are here, this case is a 10 and a 5. These two never multiply against each other, ever. 10 times 8, whatever numbers are, you never multiply these two together. That's the biggest mistake that I've seen happen. So let's stick with our rules, right? Our steps. Let's go to step 1. 10 here times 10. Let's write it in. 10 times 10. That's our first parentheses. 10 times 10 is 100. All right. Once we're done with our first box, now let's move on over to our second box. We have 10 again, but now times 8. So let's do it like that. Let's do 10 times 8, which is 80. Now, I multiplied these two numbers already by 10. So guess what that means? I'm done with 10. Let's cross that out. Now let's go to 5. We're going to do the same exact thing, but with 5. So 5, parentheses, 5 times 10, close parentheses, which is 50. And last but not least, 5 again times this number on the top, which is 8. So 5 times 8, which is 40. We are almost done. So now what we're going to do is you see all these partial products that we found. These are all the different areas that we found. Now we're just going to add them together. So we're going to get 100 plus 80 plus 50 plus 40. Add it all together, right? And that's going to give me 0. And then this is going to give me 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 plus 4 is 17. 7. Carry the 1. And I have a 2. So what is the total area of the model? My whole total area is 270. So 15 times 18 is 270. And that is it. Let's try again. Let's just practice with a few more. Same rules, guys. If you follow those steps, you will not get it wrong. Okay, let's build some understanding. And here we go. So you see the same thing. They needed to solve 12 times 14. This is 12. 10 and 4 is 14, but they use they use a distributive property. They expanded form. I mean, they did 10 plus 2 and 10 plus 4. So now we're going to go to step 1. Step 1, let's solve the blue square first, is going to be our 10 times 10, which in this case is 100. So now let's write 100. All right, box number 2. Go back to 10. We already did 10. So now to the other number, 10 times 4. So let's put that in here, 10 times 4, which is 40. So guess what? I'm going to put that 40 right here. All right, box number 3. Now we're done with the 10, right? Crossing this guy out just to make sure you don't end up multiplying 2 times 10. Let's start with 2 times this 10. 2 times that 10 is 20. So I'm going to go ahead and put 20 right here. And then the last one is going to be 2 again, because I already multiplied times 10. So now I'm moving over times this number, 4. In this case, 2 times 4 is going to give me 8. And my last and final step is just to add everything together. So this, the ones place is 8. In the tens place, I have 4, 5, 6 tens. And I have 100. So 12 times 14 is 168. And that is it. Now let's try our try it. Okay, and let's try it out. Here we go. All right. Step number 1. Let's focus on these colors, right? Blue. Let's do blue first. 10 times 10. Let's put that here. 10 times 10. Okay, 10 times 10 is what? 100. So I'm going to put 100 here. Okay. Step 2. I already did it times this. So now I'm going to times that. This is going to be 10 again, but now times 5. So let's put 10 times 5, which is what? Right, it's 50. So I'm going to put 50 right here. Step 3, next one. We're done with 10. Now we're going to do 7 times this 10. 7 times 10 is 70. We multiplied again, what? So we multiplied 7 times 10, and that gave us 70. 70, okay, 70. And last but not least, we already multiplied 7 times 10, so now we need to multiply 7 times the ones place, which is the 5. So this is going to be 7 times 5, which is 35. Let's put that here. We multiplied, the last one was 7 times 5, which was 35. And now all we need to do is add. So this is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. 13, 14, 15. So 5, carried out 1. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So my product is 255. Okay. And question 2. Same thing. They got 34 and they split 34. They got 22 and they split 22. So let's do step 1. Step 1 is to multiply what? 30 times 20. So here we did what? Times 20 first, and then 30 times 100. So I'm going to go ahead and put here 600. Step 2 is go back to 30, but now times 2. So this is going to be 30 times 2, which is 60. Let's do that here. 30 times 2, which is 60. Now, the next one is going to be, we're done with 30. So now we're going to go to 4. So 4 times 4 times this number, 20, is 80. So 4 times 20 is 80. And the last and final step, this one right here is going to be 4 times 2. This looks like a 21. It's supposed to be 2. Okay. Times this 2. That's how I got this 2 right here. Which then that means that this is 8. So here I multiplied 4 times 2, which makes this an 8. Now all I have to do is add it together. So this is going to be 8. Then I have 6 plus 8 more is, correct, 14. And now I have 6 plus 1 is 7. So my final product is 748. So 34 times 22 is 748. All right, and we are almost done with this lesson because the rest of it is mostly practice. So let's just do a few more questions for practice and we are done. All right, number 3, same thing. Same thing. Let's multiply the first box. 10. Let's put a little parentheses. 10 times 10 is really big, 100. Let's put 100 right here. All right. The next box is going to be 10 again times this number here, which is 9. So 10 times 9, boys and girls, is 90. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 90 right here. Now, the third box, I already finished with my 10, so I'm going to go with my 3. 3 times 10. So let's put 3 times 10. That's going to give me 30. So this is going to give me 30. And now, last but not least, we're going to do 3 times 9. That's going to give me 27. So I'm going to put 27 right here. Add it all together. This is going to give me 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Carry that 1, 2. So my product is 247. That's it. All right. Now, let's move on over to number 6 because number 4 would be very similar to number 3, but I need you guys to practice without an area model, okay? So let's take a look at 23 times 26. Step 1, you know it, draw it out. Step 2, let's break these numbers apart and do expanded form. 23 is 20 plus 3. Draw a line. 26, we're going to put that on the top, right? So it's going to be 20 plus 6. And guess what? We're going to draw a line this way. Now, guess what? We're just going to multiply. Same exact ways that we were doing here. So step 1 is 20 times 20. Well, 20 times 20 is 400. So I'm going to put 400 here. Step 2, 20 again, but times this number, 6. That is 120. So I'm going to put 120 because I'm going to get ready to add soon. I'm going to put it there. I'm done with 20. I move on to 3. Here we go. This is 3. I don't know where this looks there. 3 times 20, which is going to give me 60. Guess what? I'm putting that 60 here to add it soon. And last but not least, go back to 3 times this number, 6. And I'm going to put, well, 3 times 6 is 18. Now all I have to do is add. The ones place is 8. The tens place is 6, 7, 8, 9. And 4 plus 1 is 5. So that means that 23 times 26 is 598. Now, the only reason why you do need to know what you're multiplying, meaning the 20 times 20, the 20 times 6, is because when you are testing, right, they're going to ask you questions like, which one shows the distributive property of 23 times 26? Or which one shows, the area model for 23 times 26? So you do need to know that. That's why that's so important to know. It's always good to know so that you can see it and you're like, oh, wait a minute, I've done that before. I know that that's what it is. Okay. Now let's look at number 5. We have 11 times 13, right? Okay. So we're going to draw 11 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But remember, we're going to separate that later. And 13 across, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Bring that all the way down. And then all I'm going to do is close off my little box right here. And I'm going to go ahead and close it. And then that's going to give me my area model. Now all I have to do is break apart my numbers. I have 11. 11 is the same as 10 plus 1. So guess what? I'm going to break it up right here because this is 1. Okay. The other one is 13. So I'm going to go 10 and 3 because I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 and break it up right here. That's my area model. Let's find our parentheses. What goes in here? 10 times 10. Let's do the parentheses first. What is this parentheses? Right, it would be 10 again, but times 3. What would be this parentheses here? I'm done with the 10. What would be this one? Right, it would be 1 times, not this 10, this 10. 1 times the top. Side times the top. Never side times side or top times top. And what would this one be? 1 again times what? Right, times that 3. So these are your parentheses. Now, does it matter what order any of these parentheses is in? No. because you can still get those partial products and it will still give you the same answer. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve our area models. I have 10 times 10, which is 100. 10 times 3 is 30. 10 times 10 is 10. And 10 and 1 times 3 is 3. All I have to do now is, guess what? Add them all together. I have to add the 100. I need to add the 10 times 3, which is 30. I need to add the 1 times 10, which is 10. And the 1 times 3, which is 3. And if I add it all together, I get 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. Bring down that 1. So what is my last and final answer? You got it. 143. That is it, boys and girls. Like I said, if you have a hard time remembering these facts, go ahead and pause my video. Try working it out. Remember, in math, the most important thing is to follow your steps because math is math. If you get one number wrong, the whole answer is wrong. So you have to take your time, don't rush, follow your steps, go back, check your work, make sure that you have it. And like I said, that's why my videos are here. If you get stuck, play it back. If you have to play it back over and over again, go ahead and do so because this is here for you to practice with. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you on our next lesson very soon. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.